will explain about the introduction. The purpose of this project is to build the model of home monitoring and security system. This project consists of designing the hardware part, the interaction between software and hardware, and output access via the internet and mobile. This chapter contains the project background, problem statement, objective, and scope of this project. This chapter will tell us why we need this project and the problem that we are trying to solve. Problem statement: the issues of owner not being able to control the light when they are not at home. Besides that, problems such as theft in the home while the user is not at home can be overcome by this system. The first issue is lack of home security system. The level of public awareness in the country about home security remains low. Most Malaysians do not think about the dangers and risks that can happen at any time, whether inside or outside their home. Home-breaking cases often occur everywhere. This is often the case during festivals and school holidays, as most Malaysians now take the opportunity to return to their hometown and leave their homes without everyone watching. If they do not have a home monitoring and security system, there may be cases of home burglary and loss of many items, including valuables. There are many ways people can apply it to improve home security and to address the risk of home burglary. The system can detect thieves and burglary in the house by using a motion sensor, and the owner will be notified. Next, lack of tools accessible for individuals with movement problems. As a precautionary, house owners only turn on the house lamp so that the house does not look dark during their absence. System can allow users or people with mobility problem to control electrical appliances at home from a remote location, and the user may be able to control the light in case they are not at home. Next is objective. First, to design and model the home monitoring and security system that will have the capability to notify the user via SMS or instant messaging notification through the internet if the security system is triggered by external factors such as theft. Next, to design and model the home monitoring and security system that will give full access to the user to be able to monitor the home remotely as well as control certain electrical appliances present in the home. Next, project scope. To design the home monitoring and security system, the basic operation of the circuit system and software system must be designed first. The basic design of the home monitoring and security system to ensure it will be able to interface with the input and output operation. The scope of this project system is related to home security objective, which is also can be notified to the user. The system detects theft through a motion sensor. Besides that, the system also aims to give the user better control over the situation at their home, where they can control what is happening at their home effectively. This is done by the use of the PIR sensor to control certain electrical appliances. Thus, the scope of this project is to make sure that the home monitoring and security system will be able to access via mobile phone and internet access to view the house condition and manipulate the home appliances. Next, to make sure that the received instruction is the same as the same instruction. Next, to reduce or prevent distortion or error message while transferring information or instruction. Thank you. That's all for me, and I will pass to RAZAK to explain about methodology.
Okay, thank you, Nabila. My name is RAZAK SHUKOR, and I'm going to proceed with the methodology. So these are the tools and hardware that we use. So for the hardware, we use Microsoft Office, Arduino, HTML, Blink, and Pro Tools. So for the tools, Windows XP and above, RAM 1GB and above, Internet access, other devices such as CD-ROM, mouse, keyboard, and other related hardware, non-MCU, Arduino Uno board, and lastly is relay. So these are the flowchart of the home security. It goes to start, then it will be on setup initialization, then it will be on standby mode for movement detection. So if there any movement, if no, it goes back to the standby mode. If yes, which means movement detected. And the second one will be if there any object. So if yes, alarm notification and buzzer will turn on and it will update to the system. So if no, background update, it goes to the background update. And if yes, it will update to the system and alarm notification and buzzer will turn on. If no, it goes back to the standby mode for movement detection. So the next one is appliances control. So the first one we have for the lamp. So it will start, then it will be on initial. So is the lamp on? If no, it goes back to the initial. If yes, lamp switch will turn on. So the second one is for the notification for the Blink app. So it goes to start, then it will be on initial condition. So if is there any visitor outside? If no, it goes back to the initial condition. If yes, the Blink will display there are visitor outside. So the next one is the requirement list for monitoring system. The security and monitoring system is activated when user leave the house. The user turn on the system before leaving the house. User can access the system remotely via the internet using a computer, laptop, or handphone. The user has to enter details such as login name and password to log into the system. This is necessary if the user wants to use the home monitoring features. So user can control electric appliances at home by using the available features which manipulate turn on or off the appliances. So in case user have forgotten the username and password or want to update the system, they can contact the system provider. So the next one is the requirement list for security system. Security system would in a way to prevent theft. If the thief entered through the house area, then the motion sensor PIR will detect and trigger the security system. If the PIR detect motion, system is activated and the buzzer will be on. The next one, owner will be notified for further action through Blink app. And lastly, user can decide warning or deactivate the system in any situation that may happen. So the next one is the class diagram. So we have 4, which is the owner, the system provider, internet, and intruder. So for the owner has user ID, user password, user contact number, user email address, and user address. The owner can log in system, log out system, on or off system, and receive notification. So the system provider have staff ID, staff password, company contact, company email, company address, can contact the owner, update the system, change ID or password if the owner want to. So the internet, so it must have a connection status, interface, log in and log out. So it can check status, send notification, and manipulate the system. So intruder. So when the intruder break into the house, which motion will be detected. So the buzzer will be turned on. So the next one is the sequence diagram. So we can see that on the left is the owner, on the right is the intruder. So the system is in the middle. So the owner will log in. When they log in, system will validate the information and will get access to the owner. So the owner can control appliances and log out the system. So if the intruder break into the house, it will trigger the buzzer and send notification through Blink app. The owner can take action on the intruder. And lastly, the owner can deactivate the system. So these are the communication diagram. So on the right is the owner, which can log in into the system, control appliances, log out system, deactivate or ignore the system. So on the top left we have the intruder, which break into the house and it will activate the system. And we can see the owner can take action on the intruder. So the system give access system to the owner and will send notification through Blink app. So the result is when intruder break into the house, you can see here motion detected. So means that the buzzer will turn on and notification will be sent through Blink app, which it will display motion. So the next one is the demonstration. Before I demonstrate, I will show you the coding. So we can see that the coding here, that PIR sensor will be put on pin number 3 and the buzzer will be put on pin number 13. So these are the authentication token for the Blink app to connect to the system. So this is the setup for the system, and this is the board load. So we can see here, if the PIR value, which the motion sensor, is high, then the LED pin, which is the buzzer, will be turned on. Means if the PIR sensor is 1, then the buzzer will be 1 too. So the next one, if PIR value equal to low, then the LED pin will be low, which the buzzer is. Mean that when the PIR sensor is 0, then the buzzer also will be 0, mean no action is taken. So next, I'm going to show you the demonstration for this system. Okay, all the system have been connected. So the system have been connected with the Blink app. Okay, like the flowchart said, when the system is on standby mode, there will be no action taken. So there are no notification or buzzer will not be turned on, which means the PIR sensor is on 0 and the buzzer will be on 0 too. So if there are any movements, such as I move my hand to the PIR, so the system will be turned on, the buzzer will be turned on, because the PIR sensor is on 1 and the buzzer is on 1 too. So the system will send a notification which is motion. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.
For controlling home appliance, first of all, we need to open the Blink application. Next, click the new project. Name the project as Control Lamp. Choose device ESP-E2X266. Create new project. The auth token will be sent to our email, so we just need to copy the email and paste it to the coding. Next, open widget box, select button controller, rename it as switch. Select virtual pin V1, change the mode as switch. Next, select LED display, rename it as relay. Select virtual pin V2. So V2 is switch that control the lamp by using Blink application. When the switch is on, the relay will turn on, and when the switch is off, the relay will turn off. After that, select button controller, rename it as push button. Select virtual pin V3, change the color that we want. Lastly, select notification. Okay, so push button is the bell, act as the bell of our house. When there is visitor, press the bell, the notification will pop up at our smartphone. So we just finish with Blink application. Next, let's move to the coding. For coding, first of all, we need to open Arduino IDE. Now, let's go to the tools, board, and select MCU 1.0 as board manager. Next, go to the file, example, link, ports Wi-Fi, MCU. So this is our basic coding, and we need to insert the auth token that we can get from email, and insert the Wi-Fi network name and Wi-Fi password.
Okay, so this is our full coding. As you can see, we declare relay pin as the D1, LED pin as D1, visitor button as D2, and status visitor as 0. VG LED V2 and V3 is referred to the link application, which is V2 is virtual pin for relay and V3 is virtual pin for push button. At void setup, we declare the visitor button as input and LED pin as output. We add a function of doing write V1 for relay and function of void visitor for push button. At void loop, we add bring write V1 and visitor function. So we just finished doing our coding. Now let's upload the coding to the hardware. So this is our full hardware, and this is no MCU ESP8266, 5-volt relay, group push button, switch, lamp, and power supply. The signal pin of 5-volt relay will connect to the D1 of non-MCU. VCC and ground of 5-volt relay will connect to the 5-volt and ground of Arduino Uno as a power supply for the relay. Group push button has 4 pins, which is signal 1, signal 2, VCC and ground. Signal 2 will connect to the D2, signal 1 will connect to D1, D3, VCC to 3.3 volt and ground to ground of non-MCU. For the wiring, the neutral wire of power supply will connect to the common of relay. Normally open contact will connect to the lamp by using neutral wire, and left wire of lamp will connect to the switch like this, and left wire of power supply will connect to the switch. Okay, now let's upload the coding to see the result. For result, firstly we need to make sure that the power supply is on and the switch is on. Okay, done. Next, when we turn on the switch and link, as you can see, the lamp is turned on. We also can control the lamp manually by switch. Manually switch. We can turn off it and turn on it. When we turn off the switch and link, the lamp is turned off. Then we cannot control the lamp by using manual switch because the switch and link is off. Next, when we are not at home, we don't know either the lamp is turned on or turned off. So the function of relay lamp at here is to monitor the user when the lamp is turned on or turned off. So when we turn on the lamp, as you can see, the relay button is turned on, and when we turn off it, the relay is turned off. For the result of push button, basically the push button is act as the bell for the house. When there is visitor, press the bell. The notification will pop up at the smartphone to show that there is visitor outside house. As you can see, the notification there are visitor outside pop up at the smartphone to show the user that there is visitor outside house. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi conclusion, this project is a simple and nice project which gives a lot of benefits to the home user and people with mobility problems. Other than that, this project gives a lot of advantages to the user, either a home user, a small and medium enterprise, or even for a big enterprise. Lastly, it is must for those who want to reduce the cost while having the optimum home security and monitoring equipment. That's all for me. Thank you.